Welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh Bashinsky. If you've never seen the SEO plus AI show before, we are the best show on YouTube to learn about SEO and AI, the intersection of these two technologies. It's a very interesting time to be alive. It's a very interesting time to be doing SEO. A lot of people think SEO is dead. They're dead wrong. SEO has never been more alive, more interesting, because AI is enabling things for us to do that we were never able to do before, or at least not without tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars of programming. Now for only, whatever, for it is a mere price, like $144 a month, you can do the kind of industrial level SEO, everything white hat, everything fully white hat, but you can do the kind of industrial level SEO that was not possible before. So today, you see my name is Josh Le Writer Bashinsky. I don't know if that's not French. I don't know. That's not real French, guys. That's fake French. But today I'm a writer. I'm putting on my writing shoes today, and I'm going to show you how you could use AI for writing, how you can use AI, next generation advanced super smart AI for finding all your keywords, for doing your writing and where you would put them, and how you would kind of do that SEO process with our super advanced AI that we use. So that's what we're doing today on the show. And as with me, as always, I have my co-host Greg Bassani, who is in a beautiful restaurant in New Haven. Say hi there, Greg.
Hello, guys. How are you today, Josh?
I'm doing excellent. So as we were discussing before we came on, his lighting is perfect. So that's the perfect lighting for Zoom right there. It's a beautiful backdrop. So we're happy to have you on, Greg. So we do the show live. You're watching it live right now, if you're the first people seeing this. And we do the show live at Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to make sure you watch the live shows, you can ask questions live. We answer any SEO questions. We'll give you our best SEO tips. We can literally save a business in 5 minutes of SEO questions, which we're willing to do on the show for free while you're here watching live. So go ahead and make sure you ask your questions on the right-hand side, wherever that is. Also, if you want to make sure you get to watch the show live, click the bells and like and subscribe and do all those things down below. Okay, so today's episode is about writing with AI. Writing with AI is a bigger topic that a lot of people are talking about today. It's really important. A lot of people are writing just with the new large language models like ChatGPT. You could generate pages and pages of text. Now, is it high quality text? No. But you can generate pages and pages of text. And so a lot of people, of course, have been getting really into it, have been getting really into generating text with it. What can you do with it? How does it make things better? That kind of a deal. And we're going to show you the right way of doing it today and the wrong way of doing it today. I'll shorten this for you. The wrong way of doing it is just firing up ChatGPT and getting it to make web pages for you. Or backlink pages. That's the wrong way of doing it. That is definitely going to be nabbed by Google's spam algorithm, or has a higher statistical chance of being nabbed by Google's spam algorithm. We've tested, and the more you use ChatGPT, the much higher chances that your pages are not even going to be indexed and they will be deranked. We've checked these statistics on this. We've done a lot of testing in this, both for Keyword Spy, our super smart AI that Greg and I have built, but also for my underground SEO University. We've tested all these things. If you're interested in underground SEO University, you want to learn the secret tactics of everything that we've tested, read Reverse Engineered. All the Google algorithms that we've reverse engineered. Please email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com and put secret sauce in the subject line, and I can get you the secret sauce discount. I can get you discounts for Keyword Spy. I can get you discounts for SEO University. I can get you discounts for anything. I can get you discounts on plaid shirts. I can get you discounts on anything you need. Also, if you have any SEO questions, go ahead and send them off and ask me anything you want to ask me. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, it's kind of a Faustian bargain, right? On the one hand, you can generate a lot of content with AI, and you can industrial level generate your content. So you can generate hundreds of pages or thousands of pages where you could only do 10 or 20 pages before. That's the upside. The downside is you have to make sure the quality is still there. And so our super smart AI is using next generation AI with multiple little AIs talking to each other and planning and building in an SEO copilot. And it's building high quality articles that has the automatic keywords have been sensed to what you're supposed to be using after having built your own AI models that actually replicate what Google does for AI, and then puts it in the right places in the page, more or less. I'll show you today how to use the editor tool. It's super easy, so stick around for it. You definitely want to keep watching to watch that. It allows you to build thousands of pages or hundreds of pages where you couldn't before at a very high quality level. So that's why you want to use AI for writing. And quite frankly, I also want to focus on in-house SEO today, because as an in-house SEO, that's kind of what you're doing all day long. A lot of you, right? You're writers, really. Some of you are blog writers. Some of you are writers. Some of you have a writer and then you're SEOing it from a writer. That means you're in a pretty robust SEO team. I've worked on both kinds of teams. I've been the writer for the SEO and the SEO. I've also worked on SEO teams where I was the SEO and there was a writer writing it. And you want to teach them a little bit of SEO, so it saves you some work when you have to do the SEO to it, because those two jobs, writing and SEO, really shouldn't be totally separated, because you have to rewrite it a lot when there's, in this day and age, for the SEO numbers you need to hit. You need to rewrite the content usually quite a bit. So here's a first pro tip: increase your productivity and decrease your costs. That's the first pro tip. You could do that with AI. I'll show you in a second. The second pro tip is you probably don't want to separate the SEO team from the writing team too much, because the SEO will have to completely rewrite what the writer does. And the writers tend not to like that. Just letting you know, they tend not to like it when you rewrite all their stuff. The writer gets a little finicky about the words they put in there, and they've spent hours wordsmithing. I can say that both as a writer, and I can say that as working with writers for years. And my wife is also a writer. She has her English PhD, and she's writing a novel, actually, called How It Ends. And it is a series in the Gaia series, which is this is the secret magical symbol for Gaia. So how many things are Josh going to push on the show? I pushed my SEO University. I pushed Keyword Spy. I pushed New Haven, where Greg is. I pushed plaid shirts. I'm pushing my novel that I'm building. What else could I sell on this show? I don't know. What else could I do? Uh-oh.
I'll push beer.
There you go. Perfect.
It's after 12 o'clock here, Josh.
There you go. Perfect. Hey, it's after 12 o'clock somewhere. It's always after 12 o'clock. There was a 12 o'clock yesterday. It's after 12 o'clock for you. It's after 12 o'clock for me. I sadly just have nothing but coffee in here because I'm a writer, because writers drink coffee. I have my writer sparkly ring on because I'm an artiste, you see. I'm wearing the plaid shirt because people have asked literally for plaid shirts. So that's why I'm wearing another one today. My apologies to everyone out there who doesn't like plaid. But I am Canadian, so it is kind of the Canadian tuxedo, so Okay, so let's get into the AI, and I'll show you actually how to use the AI writer to build your articles and what you need to have, and I can't stress this enough. So third pro tip: do not just go into ChatGPT. Do not use free SEO tools that claim to be writing your articles and stuff. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. Every page that you put on your site from a free SEO tool or ChatGPT or something that is not a next generation SEO tool that has like an SEO Copilot built in, like we do in Keyword Spy, which took tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars to engineer. It's not easy, right? So yes, AI is here, and yes, it's a big new thing, but it's not easy to engineer really good tools out of it, as you've noticed. Kind of the adoption of AI is crested, now it's kind of going down, because people are realizing what I'm going to tell you now is that free SEO tools and just ChatGPT out of the box is only good for a small segment of things. It's only good for a small segment of tasks because it's generalized knowledge. It's not specialist knowledge like SEO. For law, for example, we all heard of that funny news story where some lawyers ran out of time and they just got ChatGPT to tell them what cases XYZ happened in. And ChatGPT said, sure, this case had XYZ, this case had XYZ. They put that in their deposition or whatever. They sent it to the judge. The judge said, hey, these are not real cases. ChatGPT just hallucinated and made them up. So it doesn't have specialist knowledge like law. It doesn't have specialist knowledge like SEO. You cannot use that out of the box. So the third pro tip, which can save your business right now, or as an in-house SEO, save your job right now. Do not just fire up ChatGPT because you were sleeping and you woke up and, oh no, today's the day when I have to have all my SEO done. Don't just fire it into ChatGPT because that's not going to help you, right? Sure, it'll build pages. It'll look all great. But when you edit it, you start to realize there's weird things in the article. It's not going to work. You got to edit it. And that's still kind of par for the case for every AI, although we're building the perfect article system that will, in a few months, generate out perfect articles that will barely require any human intervention at all. Right now, we're still machine learning and generating the 80% good article, which is far better than I think anybody else's article, which I'll show you in a second. It's going to be a boat anchor on your site, right? So when you generate a page out of the free SEO tools, which are just using ChatGPT, or worse, some open source, which is even worse, or you generate a page out of ChatGPT, if you upload that to your site, it might work fine. It seems to be fine. You upload another one, seems to be fine. But the more of those you put on there, the more boat anchors you're putting on your boat, the more weights you're putting on your ankles as you're trying to tread water. And Google will eventually be that jaws shark, which will nab you and pull you down in these constant hell or nightmare of constant updates, constant core updates, constant spam updates. Google will just keep releasing them faster and faster, and they're looking for people who are taking shortcuts like ChatGPT that makes low quality content. ChatGPT makes low quality content. You do not want and you cannot abide. You cannot survive with low quality content. So there's a really important third pro tip there for both in-house SEOs, agencies, anyone who's doing SEO, quite frankly. I know it's tempting to be like, I'm just going to, I'm drinking my coffee as a writer. I'm just going to fire up ChatGPT and get him to do the whole thing. You can't do that. It is definitely going to hurt you in the long run. It's low quality content. It's going to nab you. Google's going to find you for sure.
What about writers, AI writers like ZimWriter and Jasper, things like this? Do you know if those are doing any better than ChatGPT, or what's your thoughts on those?
That's a great question. So I don't want to sit here and diss other people too much. It becomes indecorous to do so. But that being said, they're not good enough either, sadly. The SEO capabilities they have built into these tools like ZimWriter or NeuronWriter, whatever it is, and Jasper and tools like that, they're no better than ChatGPT, quite frankly. They just have a fancier looking interface, and they're just using ChatGPT behind the scenes, really, or an open source version, which was trained off of ChatGPT. You're not going to get any higher quality there, sadly. So they talk a good game. They have a pretty user interface, but they are not next generation SEO co-pilots. And that's what you need to have. If you want to rank, you need to have the keywords, right? If you want to rank, you need to have all the right keywords. And you need the sheet, I call it on the show. The sheet is the acronym you need. And what's the sheet? SHEET stands for semantics, helpful, experience, expertise, authority, trust, and timeliness, right? And you recognize the EAT in SHEET. That was the original Google acronym, expertise, authority, and trust. And then they tacked on experience onto the front of that, experience, expertise, authority, and trust. And then they talked about you have to be helpful, so you want the HEAT, you want the helpfulness, expertise, experience, authority, and trust. And you want those as keywords on your page. Those are actual keywords, words, and key phrases that their AIs are looking for to be on your page. Not on links pointing to your page, although that might be important too. Not on your About Us page and stuff like that. There's ranking factors there, but it has nothing to do with this, right? You have to have these keywords on your page, and there's no way, unless you are a 30-year veteran in that industry, subject matter expert, and even if you are, there's no way to statistically guarantee you're saying everything on that page that you need to say unless you get an AI doing it for you. And these AIs just don't have that magic built in behind the scenes. They just don't. They don't even talk about it. They don't even know what that is. You need the semantic keywords of all their semantic AIs, BERT, neural matching, and RankBrain. You need the helpfulness keywords from their helpfulness AI. You need the review keywords from their review AI. You need the experience, expertise, and authority keywords from their knowledge graph AI. You need the trust and timeliness keywords from, again, the helpfulness and review AIs. You need, and their QDF AI. You need the freshness AI. You need all of those keywords from like 10 different AIs stuffed in the right spots on your page, right? They need to be placed. I shouldn't say stuffed because that sounds black hat. They need to be placed gently in a white hat fashion in the right places on your page, or you don't rank, and you can't go over either. There's an over-optimization penalty. SpamBrain, which they keep updating, is looking for over-optimization. And I'm telling you, I just did a recent test in underground SE University into the spam update and what they're doing there. And I'm telling you, the spam requirements, the spam force in Google is strong, right? They are strong with the spam force. Any little tiny mistake of going slightly over in their quite drastic and draconian spam rules will get you nabbed, and you'll get a big, huge flat penalty, demotion for doing that. You do not want to get that happening to your site, right? You do not want to over-optimize. And again, how do you tell if you're over-optimized? There's no human way to tell unless you have an AI calculating the statistical numbers and the machine learning of where it is you need to be, right? So you need to have a next generation SEO co-pilot which does all of this for you behind the scenes. It is the only way to do your in-house SEO job and save time and money and have more time to play solitaire and drink coffee and chat up the secretaries or whatever you like to do. I mean, you can do more with less. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You can produce way more for way cheaper, and you can look like the SEO ninja. You can be the SEO golden boy or golden gal or golden transgendered friend. You can be the SEO star, right? You can be the golden star in your company making it look easy, because AI does make it easy. But that's the only way you could do it, is with a super smart SEO copilot that we've built with Keyword Spy. No one else has this yet. I'm sure people will eventually catch up to us, I presume, but nobody has this yet. No one's taking it seriously yet. No one sees the vision of AI quite yet. No one sees how this is going to revolutionize SEO, and it's not going to kill SEO. It's going to kill boring SEO tasks. It will do that for sure. But it's going to make SEO easy again. It's going to make SEO fun again, right? It's going to make SEO lucrative again in a way, in fact, like it never has been before, quite frankly. Unless you could do $50,000 or $100,000 worth of programming and you could build an automated system. In like 2007, people were doing that. It was very expensive to do. And then Google clamped down on all that with the camper algorithm, the farmer algorithm. I think it was the farmer algorithm. I don't think it was a camper algorithm. I think it was something else. The farmer algorithm, and then they came up with Panda and Penguin, so you couldn't do that anymore. Okay. So let me check quickly to see if there's any questions here. So Carlos Chavez asks, any affiliate program? Yes, Carlos, we have an affiliate program. So if you want to become an affiliate of Keyword Spy, kudos to you. We do have an affiliate program. It is quite generous, actually. It's quite the generous SEO affiliate program. Email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com, and we can definitely discuss what the commission is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, we have the two structures. I think we are open to either, one being, recurring, and then the other one being upfront. We actually have a page where you can sign up and put in your info, and we can get back to you as well as the email. But we have an affiliate page that explains that as well. So
we're making strides. We're moving ahead. I didn't even know we had an affiliate page yet. So the affiliate commission, the one-time commission, is the full price of whatever it is they signed up for. So whatever it is they signed up for, the full price of whatever they paid in the second month, if they stick on to the second month, you as an affiliate get that whole commission. So if they're at the $244 per month price, you get $244 on the second month. If they're at the agency $544 price, you get $544 for the second month if they're at the agency price. Whatever the structure is of whatever it is they're paying, you get that amount back. So that's a really juicy commission. That's pretty good as far as commissions goes. And for the recurring one, I don't remember off the top of my head what we were doing for recurring. What we were doing there, Gray? I
think we were starting it at like 20%, which is pretty industry standard. So that's something where, if you feel like people are going to stick with Keyword Spy for long term, that's something where you may want to opt for that. But if you want cash flow quick, then obviously that option of getting that full month up front is also attractive, I would think. So
wow, I didn't realize we were being that generous. So that's quite generous as well. We've promised it now on the show for a time frame. Get onto that now before we change our minds, because that's awfully generous for both of them. If you are thinking of doing the affiliate thing, 20% recurring. Let's say it was $244. Let's say it's $48, $50 per month per customer on the 244, roughly, I think, something like that. So, you get 10 of those signed up. It's $500 a month recurring. That's pretty insane. So, wow, that's a great commission. So I've done a lot of affiliate work as well. I would have loved a commission like that. I would have sold a commission like that all day long, because our system sells itself. Once you realize what it does and how you could increase your SEO output while decreasing costs tremendously and improving your quality, not only maintaining human level quality, we improve upon human level quality, and we improve upon human level SEO of just like, remember where to put this in here. We improve upon that, and we're actually putting keywords in places that A, you never knew that was a keyword you're supposed to be using, but it is. We can get you extra boosts you never even knew existed. And B, you never knew it was supposed to go there. It is supposed to go here or is not supposed to go there. You might be getting some pluses from doing your homegrown by hand SEO, but you're also getting a whole bunch of minuses because you're stuffing keywords in places you're not allowed to do or you're not supposed to do that you never knew. So wow. So our system sells itself. Signing on to be an affiliate on that would be a really good idea. I think that would be very, very lucrative. Perul asks a great question. How important are links? Where is it in the ranking factors? Links are still tend to be an important ranking factor, but you need to do them right. And you need to know how to build them in Keyword Spy correctly. There's a way to build linking pages in Keyword Spy. You need to know how to do that correctly. For the full information, by all means, join Underground SEO University, and I could tell you the full information of our full linking platform of how we do those things, our full linking recommendations, our full linking strategy and tactics. I can go over a tiny bit of it today in public with Keyword Spy, but they're still important, and yes, you can still rank with them. They are not the most important factor. On page is by far the most important factor now. On page is by far, head and shoulders, the most important factor now, for sure. Most of the Google engineering has moved over to analyzing the page and getting you ranked because of that. Because you understand the query intent, because you understand the helpfulness, because you understand the experience. You're showing the experience through your language. You're showing the expertise through your language. You're showing the authority of your knowledge. You have authoritative knowledge in the topic, your authority on the topic. You're showing that because of your language you're using in the page. Those are all on-page algorithms. So on-page, I don't know if you've realized it, but on-page is the biggest ranking factor now. Again, links are still a ranking factor, and you could still crank those out and build that out like crazy with AI, with an AI copilot, an SEO copilot like we have in Keyword Spy, which is just getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and is going to automate more and more and more as we go on, and the price for it per month will increase and increase and increase. The more we are taking work off the SEO's plate and putting it into Keyword Spy, it's going to be, $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month. Where you could do links in it and all your on page, and it'll do audits, and it'll do all your internal linking for you. Those are like 4 or 5 $100 to $200 apps per month bundled. Well, then now it's going to be $500, $600. So this is why you might want to consider getting in on the grandfathered price now of $144 a month. That's promised forever. The grandfathered price. We are not going to do that forever. People don't realize where AI is going to go and how much we can and we will and we are building into this thing. So the price will be agency level, in-house SEO level priced, like at $400, $500 a month, $1,000 a month for the credits for an agency, when we're allowing you to build all your backlinks in it and do all your auditing in it automatically. You go audit it now, blink, and you sit there, and again, you drink your coffee. You go, Gaia, sounds interesting. Could be an interesting story. End of time, you say. Maybe I'll read this novel. As the SEO is doing all the auditing for you, and then comes back with a report of seeing things that you as a human could never see, because an AI computer could process things that a human could never see before. When that's done, and it will be done, when that is done, this system will cost a lot more than $144 a month, or the $244 on our advertised price right now. Get in on the grandfather price now, guys, because this is what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen right now. When we raise the price, and we will, people are going to come to me, oh, Josh, I watched your video from 5 months ago. You said you had a grandfather price. I need the grandfather price. The answer will be no. No. The answer will be no. So get on the grandfather price now, guys. I really want to help people out. Well, we really do. We are an ethical company. We want to help people out in the SEO industry. We want to help you succeed. In SEO University, I've helped so many careers succeed. And in Keyword Spy, we want to extend that and help so many SEO careers succeed. That is what my own career has been, is helping people succeed in SEO and succeeding in SEO myself for the last 25 years. But when the price goes up, the price will go up, and there will not be any discounts. So I really suggest you get in on the grandfather price now. Email me at joshpachinski@gmail.com. It's not even available on the website. Email me at joshpachinski@gmail.com. Ask, and I will give you the grandfather price. Email Greg at hello@trykeywordspy.com, and you can get the grandfathered price. Do it now before we raise it, because we will raise it. That is definitely going to happen. Okay, so enough preambles. So Josh, great. All right, I'm a writer, or I'm an in-house SEO. The rubber needs to hit the road. I need to put the SEO keywords into the page. I need to get the SEO writing done. How do I do it? So let me show you how you would do it with a next generation AI. So let's go here. Should I do staging or should I do app? Which one do you think?
Try staging. Staging's working good.
Okay. So staging is where we stage everything, as you might have imagined. Let me get rid of that stupid thing there. Okay, great. Okay, so this is the interface for when you log into Keyword Spy. It's very simple. All of the things you want to use here are on the left-hand side, all the different things you want to do. Right now we have keyword discovery, and as you see, it says start here with a base or seed keyword, and we're using the most advanced SEO AI copilot on the planet to find you the easiest niches to rank for, the easiest keywords to rank for, but also the ones that'll make you the most money. So let me just dip in here really quick. So if you go to New York neighborhoods here, And this is how we were talking about how to do a rank and rent site, where you would build up a site that would rank for all these different New York neighborhoods. And then you would find the ones with the easiest keyword difficulty here, the ones with the lowest keyword difficulty, like Bushwick Guide, which is an area in New York. And you can see it does a full keyword difficulty analysis on like an SEO consultant would on another level that no other piece of software does, right? The competitive difficulty analysis in like Ahrefs, for example, is complete garbage. It's pretty much only based on links. Yeah, we have links, we have PageRank, and we've got backlinks. But we have so many other factors in here, where they're using AI content. Is it a top-level expert? Is it a powerful site? Is the EMQ of the page and the title and the URL? Is it the page focus? What is the NLP page focus? What is the natural language processing site focus, the title focus? Do they have traffic? How much organic traffic do they have? Maybe this is a ranking factor, FYI. A much more comprehensive difficulty score that we know when you rank for this. If the average difficulty is 16%, as it is here, I'll round up, you're going to come in, when you use our system and you put everything in the green, when you make a page to rank for Bushwick Guide, you're going to come in at spot 16 to spot 24, 26 roughly. We know that that's where you're going to come in. We know for a fact that's what you're going to come in at. Because we know statistically when it's this difficulty, that when people use our system, that's where they come in at. Because we have all the statistics of all the hundreds of users building thousands of pages. We have all those statistics being correlated and calculated in the back end of the system, to which we can pivot immediately when we see a problem with putting a keyword here or using this keyword there. And we do pivot immediately and change it for you so you are up to date with all the algorithms. Keyword Spy is your full total SEO package where we keep it up to date. You don't need to care. You don't need to even care if Google makes a change, because we're changing everything automatically. You rerun your reports. In the future, our SEO Copilot, when you have your WordPress credentials in our system, which we just put in staging here, when you have the WordPress credentials with our system, it'll automatically and auto-magically change your page with the new updated keywords of what you need. And you can tailor how much you want it to change. Just change my title, just change my H1, change my whole article, change my H2s. You'll be able to tell the SEO Copilot, who's basically like an SEO assistant for you, except better than any human could ever be. It'll be able to do this for you automatically. That is all coming with the system. Again, people do not realize the magic of AI and what is coming down the pipe and how awesome it's going to be. But for right now, sadly, we still need to do some of this manually. You're still greatly assisted by the AI and able to do things now. The AI has enabled you to do things now that you could never do before. But right now you got to do it manually, building out pages, but I'll show you that in a second. And when you have this difficulty, you know it's really easy to rank. So first off, you would start here with keyword discovery, and you'd find out your money pages and your topical cluster or your supporting pages. Then you would go to Keyword Spy, and you would build out either ranking pages or you would build out supporting pages. If you're building out topical clusters or silo pages, it's supporting pages you would choose, and the reports are much faster. If it's ranking pages, you choose ranking pages. If it's very competitive niches, this is our longest and most in-depth testing and most accurate testing, when you need to squeeze every little last bit of ranking juice out of it. You'd run reports on these things, you put in your keyword, and you run a report. Or you can run 10 at once here. By the way, we are totally redoing the design, the UI on this. That's coming up soon as well. And so you'd have those built. Once those are built, you'd have these in reports. These reports are, when it's totally built, you can do competitive analysis on these reports. You can go here to the report. You can be like, okay, the kind of SEO, Josh, I like to do is I like to look at my competitors. Okay, here's the competitor information here of everything you could possibly ever want of your competitors. The number of backlinks they have, the readability, the positive sentiment, the page words, how many H1s, H5s they have. You could check what the actual headings are. It'll show you the actual headings if you want to mimic or copy any of those. You can look at the words they're using. You could look at the exact match they might have in any of these particular places and the partial match in these places. Look at that. No exact match in H1. Huh, interesting. But they do have partial match in these ones. Interesting. Okay. And you can look at the competitor keywords. You could see if they're using, what they're using where, competitor selection words. You could select competitors and see what the competitors have in specific. You could check out their NLP semantic, their over-optimization, their Google semantic AI scores, total words. You could look at their heat. You can see how helpful these pages are particularly. The most helpful competitor you have is this one here, which would be this guy here, for example. 72% heat score, which is pretty good. This is our proprietary heat score where the AI tells you about how helpful they are, how much they're showing their experience and their expertise in their text, in their words, how authoritative they are on the topic, how much they know about it, and therefore how much you can trust them. Google updates this AI on a regular basis. If you've never heard of it, trust me, it's a real thing, and you need to worry about it and pay attention to it. Then the AI predictability. Who's using AI content? They are. I can tell you right now. This was handwritten. This is AI content. I can tell you. This is the number of words in a row on average they're using that are predictable within the first 10 words that an AI would use. 6 words in a row are predictable. Again, over 6. 6 words in a row are predictable. Not great. This is only 3 words in a row. We know that for you to rank number 1 and spot number 2, statistically, you need to be here at 4.11 or 4.12. That's the sweet spot, or anything under it is the sweet spot of where you want it to be to have the highest chance of ranking. The more you go up from 4.11, like you're at 6.2, basically you can drop 6 spots, basically is what you could think on average. If you are at 6, the higher you are above 4.1, you can drop like a spot per integer here almost. It almost is that bad, quite frankly. These guys here are getting ranking demotions for being so predictable. There's other reasons why they're ranking so highly for whatever it is they're ranking for, which is just my little test keyword I use, free philosophy courses, because I have a free philosophy course. Ding, 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 ding. Josh wins for selling another thing on the show. He has a free philosophy course. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. I can see Greg rolling his eyes. Yes, I see Greg rolling his eyes. There we go. I knew I could make Greg roll his eyes for that. Okay, sorry, I apologize. Try Keyword Spy. Keyword Spy is the best thing out of everything here I mentioned. So we tell you all these things. We tell you what their top 100 words are, the absolute frequency, the relative frequency of the words they're particularly using. We have also their bigrams and trigrams that they're using. And so this is really important information where you could see really good information. We have a precipitous drop between this number and this number. Free online audio is much more important than free online video. Oh, that's interesting. I would never have thought of that. See, so we tell you interesting things about the keywords you never would have thought of. You never would have thought the aspect of free online audio would be that much more important than free online video. And this is just for this keyword, but we do this for every keyword you plug in. So it's very interesting stuff we have going on here. Anywho, so I just did the ranking pages where we have TW BERT. We have TW BERT here. Term weighting BERT, term weighting transformer is weighting the terms, and it's giving pluses to some and minuses to other that are not that related, like the word best, which is interesting. They wanted free, they didn't want best. So you see how our AI is helping you immediately? It's like, yeah, this word is not as good as you think it is. Even though the competitors use it like crazy, and the BERT test said, yeah, they're generally looking for like the BERT also includes the sentiment keywords. And of course, they want the best usually. So we got the highest number here, 4, which is the highest score that BERT can give you. Our neural matching rank brain test 2 says it's as high as it can go, 10. But for this one, it's like, no, it's not as important as you think it is. So it diminishes it by 1. And so it's not as important, say, as using these keywords. The words of free course, philosophy courses, and Socrates is another interesting one. Look at that. No competitors are using the word Socrates. Right? Of course, Socrates was a famous philosopher. So he would be very important to being used for the keyword free philosophy courses, where you can learn about Socrates and all the other philosophers, right? No one is using that. No one's using Harvard. No one's using Yale, right? But we are saying, hey, look, the term weighting is pretty good. Out of a 10, it's getting a 6. It's 60% related. And yeah, in our neural matching rank brain test, this is more of a rank brain test than a neural matching test, quite frankly. Our rank brain test, yeah, these words, rank brain thinks, yeah, the AI thinks, yeah, those words are pretty useful to this EMQ. What other tool will tell you this level of fine-grained information of actual AIs that Google uses to rank your pages? No other tool will tell you this information. Because quite frankly, no other tool has tested it the way we have in Underground SEO University and has built it into an AI that takes all that knowledge, or a lot of it anyway, most of it, for on page and wraps it into a single tool for you. You don't even need to learn it. Just have the AI do it. I mean, gone are the days where you need to write anything. Humans don't write anything anymore, barely. And humans don't need to learn anything anymore, barely. The AI is going to do that for you, mostly. So, and that's where it's going. Now, I still would argue that Underground SEO University is still important for other things. as a community to help you out, and us for information that an SEO AI Copilot could never be able to do on its own until maybe 5 years down the road when AI is doing everything for us. But right now, we're taking as much as we can and we're packing it into Keyword Spy for you. So this is where it gets all the scoring information. And that only takes, to do this process now takes like 5-10 minutes. It'll take even less as we're making the systems go faster. We just upgraded our servers, we're making it go faster. So that's what's all under the hood for all these things. But let's get to the writing part. So you would do all that first. You would do the keyword discovery. You would do the Keyword Spy report. You could check the report out if you want, but you don't need to. Although I would think seasoned SEOs would find this, and seasoned writers would find this information very useful to know that, hey, look at the competitor information here, for example. And look at the bigram, trigrams they use. And look how free online audio, we should be pushing this way more than we should be pushing free online video because this number is so precipitously higher, right? That's a big eyebrow raising jump in the absolute frequency usage of this versus this of the top ranking pages. So that's interesting. Okay. So, and then free online is much more important than university of. Okay, that's interesting too. So remember, don't necessarily hit the university of this, university of that, hit the free online. That's what they're looking for free philosophy courses. There's another entity that you should be using, online. And online audio is probably the extension of that phrase. Free online alone and free online audio is the extension of that phrase, which is important here. You would have never gotten this information if you didn't have Keyword Spy, right? You never would have known that this was so important to be using. And you would never have known, other stuff that's not that important, like University of Chicago, not that important. Leo Strauss, another political philosopher of the 20th century, not that important to be using. And again, I'm just using this as an example. It'll have all the information for your keywords as well. So I think, people sometimes ask me, Josh, why would anyone ever look at the reports? This is why. Because there is important information under each of these tabs. There's important information for a writer. And for a seasoned writer and a professional writer would definitely want to see this information or have a cursory glance if they have the time. And our tool is definitely going to give you the time to get ranking points and get query intent insights that you would never have had before, right? People searching for this are looking, here's the BERT entities, free online philosophy courses available for free, find free philosophy courses, free online philosophy courses. You know that the word online is important here for this EMQ. You might not have thought about that beforehand. Our AI is sussing it out and telling you, look at, these are the actual true entities that you want to use, right? Look at this, free online philosophy courses, boom, so much higher than everything else. So much higher than the best free on philosophy. 22 versus 6, this is where you want to focus, right? Philosophy courses, free online philosophy, there's no big change here, but free online philosophy courses is a huge jump between these. That quadram, that four, quad means 4, tri means 3, of course, bi means 2. This quadram free online philosophy courses is the shizat, right? This is the sub keywords you need to be using that our AI will automatically wrap into a bunch of places for you, right? Free online courses is what it is you should be using. Our BERT transformer remodeling that we do for it finds this for you automatically, right? We show you the synonyms and metonyms you should be using. We do the knowledge graph information to tell you which images you should be borrowing and from whom. This is what the knowledge graph, the KGMID, thinks is important for this particular EMQ, right? So this is the image from the actual place. This is the URL you might want to be borrowing. And then also we have the DOM vector, which is the document object model, which is machine learned out. We're building this slowly. It's really hard to engineer. We're building this slowly. So I think a lot of people ask me, Josh, why would you ever want to look at this? Because a seasoned SEO and a seasoned writer really is going to want to know in their head, that's the important information. I need to tell the CEO. I need to tell the writing team. I need to tell the design team. This is what we need to push, right? It's a little bit more than just having the AI pay attention to it, which it does and will. And if you really are pressed for time, you don't have to look at any of that. If you're really pressed for time, our AI looks at all that. You don't have to look at a damn thing there if you don't want to. But I'm telling you, to be a really seasoned professional SEO and a really seasoned professional writer, seasoned professional writer, you're going to want to know those aspects and angles of your article that are the exact aspect and angle to nail and hit that are going to give you the boosts and give you the competitive edge over everybody else. And you might need to tell the design team, we need to hit this angle. The sales team, we need to hit this angle. The writing team, we need to hit this angle. Or the SEO team, if you're the writer, we need to hit this angle. Or the CEO, we don't want to push this, we want to push this. This is what the AI is saying is the actual choice keywords and the angles and the aspects that we want to be targeting there. So I want to make sure everyone understands that. If you guys have any questions about that, what I just said, please, by all means, ask in the chat. I will maintain, as an SEO of 25 years of experience, I will maintain that this is important information. That's why we have it listed here. If it wasn't important information, we wouldn't list it. It'd be just all stuff in the back end the AI would do and you never have to look at. Humans can and sometimes have viable use cases for looking at this information. Like I said, if you're seriously pressed for time, you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. You don't necessarily have to look at it if you don't want to. But the seasoned professional, I think, will see the usefulness of this there. Their light bulb should be going off of like, I was wondering which angle would be the best angle to go for my keyword. It's fascinating that the AI can suss this out. And it can, and we do, and you can get it for a super, super low price. Try free. Go to trykeywordspy.com, try us free for 2 weeks, and check it out for your own keywords, and I think you're going to be amazed. We do have some questions here. Back to Your Roots Herb says, hello, Josh and Greg. I've been getting wins like crazy for product pages. Awesome. I'm not surprised. Statistically, we do help people out. He says, I've been using your cache method into Keyword Spy. Now, do I need to join the university to know more? Yes. You need to join the university to know more, to get a better idea of what that secret is. The Furman asks, what's the cache method? What are you talking about? Unless Greg knows what that is and it's not secret information, to use the cache method, you're definitely going to have to join SEO University to learn more about what that is. Again, with Keyword Spy, we do put a lot into it so that there's less SEO you need to learn in total, but there's still all this other SEO you need to learn that's not built into it yet and won't be built in for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months down the line. So, you definitely want to get either the grandfathered price of Keyword Spy now, and or you could do that and join SEO University and give you huge discounts. If you are a Keyword Spy member, I can give you, there is discounts for SEO University, or you can pay the full price for SEO University and get an audit from me and private questions per month. And there's also a special price for Keyword Spy if you're paying the full SEO University price for Keyword Spy as well. So we've got discounts either way. But yeah, sorry guys, to tell you more about those secret methods, which are pretty awesome, we're going to have to suggest you go to SEO University and we can help you out there. Okay, so now let's go back to Keyword Spy here. Okay, so I have done the keyword discovery. I've found all the easiest niches to go for that are going to make me the most money. And the AI has given me the only AI that gives you an accurate and completely 100% dependable. It is 100% dependable keyword discovery. So you could tell your boss, hey, the difficulty here is 16%. I know we're going to come in at we're going to come in at spot 17 to spot 34. That's where we're going to come in, guaranteed if I hit Keyword Spy's numbers. If we don't, that means that is a very important diagnostic thing that tells you if you don't come in at those spots when you have this difficulty, you know for a fact that you have something wrong with your site. Your site has a penalty. Your site has a demotion on it. If it says 18% and you don't come in at spot 18 to 36, then you have a penalty on your site. And so you could use it as a diagnostic tool, right? Presuming that you, again, are trying to rank for this exact match query and you follow all of our recommendations. We have this. We have the Keyword Spy reports, which can help you in any situation, support pages, ranking pages, competitive niches, that gives you reports, that gives you information that no other tool can give you. Now what do? Now you want to go to the editor as the writer. Finally, you want to go to the editor. And so here's our editor. So let me get you more in depth about how the editor works here. Finally, an hour in, what it is I wanted to talk about. Get to the editor here. Here's how you use the writer here. Okay, so the writer has a bunch of stuff here. One, this information here on the 3 dotted lines, we tell you where you are In the search intent is informational. We tell you the search intent secondary is navigational. So when they do free philosophy courses, you're in the middle of the sales funnel, basically. That's what that means. And they want to learn about the free philosophy courses, but they also want to click on them and try them out, right? The journey, the users are looking for information on philosophy courses. So this is invaluable information for a writer. The users are looking for information on philosophy courses and certifications. Their next steps could be to explore the mentioned resources, enroll in a course, or gather more information about specific courses that interest them. You also happen to note from looking at it that free online philosophy courses audio, we also know that those are very important entities to be using. So I'll just make a note for myself there as a writer, and I'll put that in right there in the page. That's in the article tab. Another really good thing for the writer is the brief tab. The brief gives you that information that we just saw there. It also will go through your competitor URL, so you could choose your URL that you might want to use, the competitor title tags, and the winning words from all of these scored words. So course, Socrates, philosophical, Harvard, Yale, learn out loud, and online. Those were all the winning words from the tests, right? And so you can decide which out of those, and also the online and courses are here. We know those are really important. You know, you could be like Socrates. You can, you could do something like, here's a default title tag, how to advertise on Pinterest, promote your ads now. You know that you want to work in these words that are the highest scoring words. And you could see also what your competitors are using here as well. You can write your own title tag. If you want to write it yourself, the meta description. Again, here's an example. You know what the winning meta description words are. Now, and you also could see the competitor meta description words. So this is really important for a writer who likes to custom write their stuff. Yes, you can use the AI to generate this all for you, but you don't have to. If you want to write it yourself, you can write it yourself. Our editor is a fully fledged writing tool, which does things for you that no other writer does. We are superior to every other writer, quite frankly. And I want you to notice something else here. Notice how the title tag winning words are not the meta description winning words. They're different. Philosophy courses online, the, and, of, from, to, your, for, versus course, Socrates, philosophical, Harvard, Yale, learn out loud, online. There's a reason why that is, that the title tag winning words are different than the meta description winning words. That's because they're different AIs, folks. You cannot and you should not be using the same keywords for your URL title, your SEO H1, and your article as you should be using for your meta description. Did you happen to know that those should be different keywords? I'm going to just zip my lip now and not say any more. If you want to learn more, go to Underground SEO University. But notice how they're not the same keywords. And I'll tell you right now, no other SEO tool knows this, and no other SEO tool protects you from this, right? And you can see right here at a glance what all of the different meta descriptions or snippets are for all of your other competitors. So you know what Google thinks is important for your meta description right here. Free online course, philosophy courses, a history of philosophy, what they are. Basically, these are the courses. Learn philosophy, earn certificates, free classes from Harvard, Stanford, blah. Learn philosophy or improve your skills online today. This free course, Introducing Philosophy, will introduce you to this, blah, 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 blah. You also see who's current, who has freshness. This guy has freshness, this guy has some freshness. This guy is slightly less freshness. Interesting. Okay. All right, fine. And lastly, there's some main content notes. In fact, I could have taken this free online philosophy courses audio. I could also put it here in the brief, and I could save the notes. And that way I'm saving this for the were very important entities in any form of phrases. So free online philosophy courses audio, free courses, philosophy courses audio. Any phrase you can make out of this were all important phrases from everything we looked at, from the competitors and what really boosted them, and from the BERT AI, the BERT term weighting as well, and the rank brain AI as well. We found that these were very important. I'll also make another note for the writer. Make sure, however, not to dilute the EMQ when you place it. So that's another note that I'm going to give out here. It's very important not to dilute the EMQ, right? What does that mean? Okay, So let's say I know that free online philosophy courses, I know that the word online is really important and that free online philosophy courses audio is really important. Should I be using that instead of free philosophy courses? That's a good question. You need to be very careful about that, right? Be very careful about that. So to learn more, please join Underground SEO University. I would have a lot more to talk about there, but that is definitely something that our AI will pay attention to and do for you automatically. Okay. So you can definitely go and write the rest of this. So that's the SEO stuff here is the URL. You can write it yourself if you want, or boom, you can just press the writing button there and we got free philosophy courses. Boom. And you notice that's how we decided to make the URL. That's interesting. Okay. You notice it doesn't have any dashes in it? I wonder if that's on purpose. Who knows? Again, join Underground SEO University. Here we could say, okay, here, boom. The AI will make us a title. It says free philosophy courses. It has the EMQ. You notice it's not diluted. And it says enroll in free online philosophy courses today. Boom. There you go. It's like, yeah, these are great keywords, Harvard, Yale, but none of these are really usable. I could have said be like Socrates if I wanted, but we didn't, right? And I also like date, for example, 2023 or 2024 for the upcoming year. That could be a really good idea to use to get the timeliness there. The thing is that every year you need to update it. Heck, we could do October 2023. That would be another really interesting signal to put there, but you'd have to change it every month, so up to you. And then finally, the meta description, boom. Now we have some, to make the AI better, we have an angle. Like, do you have a particular sale going on? Yeah, we have free online philosophy courses, audio is the angle, and the perks, all courses are totally free, right? We know that they want free, right? They want free, and we want university level. They wanted university level. They didn't necessarily want to go to university. They wanted free courses, but they wanted university level. We did notice that when we looked at the reports. So this is another reason why, and another way you can look at the reports and you can be a seasoned professional SEO instead of with 5 hours of research, with 5 minutes of research, because the AI just pointed it out for you, and you can aspect that here and you can aspect that here. And we're in the middle of the sales funnel. We know this because we looked at the customer journey. So we say continue, and it'll write us the perfect meta description. Boom. Unlock the wisdom of philosophy with our free online audio courses. Gorgeous. Boom. Chef's kiss. Dive into university level content from the comfort of your own home. Expand your mind and enrich your life today. So we got philosophy courses online, and from to your own home. Your is being used. You see, it's very important. And enrich your life. It's also being very important. A lot of people would expect those just to be stop words, but these are not stop words. These are the stop and use them if you don't know what you're doing words, right? You definitely need to use these words because they make phrases that the AI will look for. The way that large language models work are their token statistical replacement. If you remove these words that they're expecting to see, you're not going to have the phrasing and the query intent that they're expecting and they need for you to have. So really important. And also your is one of the top 5 power psychology words that are proven to boost conversions. So you want the word your in there for sure. I might even do your life like that. Unlock the wisdom of philosophy with our free online courses. You might even consider making it a little bit more clickable with something like this. That's entirely possible as well. That's another thing you can do. So we can save that. Boom. Okay. So you could have wrote those yourself. Again, under the brief, you would have seen the other competitors and know what to do. You can also have the AI do that for you. It's very easy, and there's a lot of wisdom built into that. So now let's go to the article. Okay. So here's where the system shines. Let's say you want to save all the time of writing it yourself. I'll just show you the generate article. So we'll go to the high quality article. The author is a philosophy PhD, philosophy professor, whatever it is, or a philosophy teacher, a philosopher teacher, we could do that. So you want to choose an authoritative and expert role here, because that might be important for the heat score, and it might be important for what Google wants to rank. They do not want to rank the unfounded opinions of an amateur. And how does it know whether or not you are an expert or an amateur unless you tell it, I am an expert? That is the direct way to tell it you're an expert, is to say I'm an expert. So it's not a bad thing to flex a little bit in these articles of your expertise. So say like, yeah, look at, I'm the kind of person they want to listen to for this kind of a keyword. You know, if it was free SEO courses, you know, I've been doing SEO for 25 years or whatever. Like if it's blue widgets, I'm the engineer who built the blue widget. Or we sell exclusively the blue widget. Whatever it is, you want to choose an authorship and a role that is authoritative. Author is in the word authoritative. You want to be authoritative. So the AI doesn't know what angle you want to go from. It'll pick the best angle, but you should be telling it and giving it a little bit of suggestion here, quite frankly, of which way you want to go. If it's a page you really want to crank the rankings out on, if it's just a support page or a whimsical build it and let's see if we rank kind of page, then you can put it whatever you want here. Where we are in the sales cycle, we're in the middle of it. And I've already done these things, so we don't need to do it. Yeah, I'll say do the H level 1, and we'll say continue. Okay, boom. So now it's writing it on its own. So it's really important. It says Keyword Spy is the next generation AI, like an SEO consultant building your headings and subheadings. So it'll build out the subheadings and headings for you in a way that logically makes sense for the best article that, again, is going to satisfy the heat. It's going to satisfy the helpfulness. It's going to be maximally helpful for your user. It's going to show your experience and your subject matter knowledge, your subject matter expertise. It's going to show how authoritative you are as an author in this niche. And it's going to show how trustworthy you should be because of the experience and expertise, the authority, and the helpfulness that you're building into the article. Again, I cannot stress enough, these are keywords that you need to have in your page. They need to be in your page, right? So it's very important to make sure you have that subject matter expertise. And if you don't have that subject matter expertise, well, you better get the AI writing it for you, right? I mean, again, think about this. Does Google want to rank the unfounded opinions of an amateur on page 1? Or do they want to rank, and have they made AIs to suss out, to analyze, and to detect when an author is a dyed-in-the-wool expert in topic X, Y, or Z? Think about it for yourself. And it's the latter. It is the latter one for sure. They want to rank the expert, or at least based on the level of expertise in the article, they want to rank the article that appears to be written by an expert. They don't know, and ultimately they don't care whether an AI was used to generate this. They have their own AI systems, Vertex, Bard, all the co-pilots in their systems that will write the content for you as well. But they do care if it's low quality, and they do care if it's predictable. If you have too many words that are too predictable in a row, that becomes like SEO spammy text. And so you have to run the gamut between the heat score, but also the average predictability score. So this one you need to be as high as possible. This one you need to be as low as possible. Now your competitor average here is 4.48, which is quite high actually, which is surprisingly high. You need to be under that competitor average for sure. I would highly recommend you be actually at our 4.1 green zone. You're in our Goldilocks zone is where I suggest you be for that. But at the same time, you need to have the heat score that's as high as possible. So our high quality article is going to go through and it's going to generate all that for you. And it takes 5 or 10 minutes for the SEO Copilot to build all this information, to find. So let me tell you what it's doing. It's finding all of the scored keywords that you want to be using. It's finding all those and it's putting it in the system. It's doing both the depth of keywords to get this score as high as possible so you can cut it down. It's also getting the spread of keywords with different ideas that you want to be using, like the different ideas that I showed you that existed before. Like the online aspect, it's going to be able to stick in there, and it's going to be able to work it into the text in a seamless, flawless way. It's going to be able to work the audio courses concept into the text in a seamless and flawless way. And it's doing all this. It would take a human hours to do this. It's going to do this in 5 or 10 minutes. It's 10% of the time. Literally 10% of the time. And it is usually twice as good, if not 3 times as good as what a human would do. Unless you're a really good writer. Really good writers, I have to admit, will do something better than this out of the box. For sure. For sure. But having AI write it for you to start, and then as a writer, you just edit it and change certain things and just make sure it's all good at the end of the day, that saves you hour upon hour upon hour of research and hour upon hour upon hour of work. It brings a 10-hour article down to, at most, a 30-minute article. At most. At absolute most. You go from 10 hours of work, charging however much for to your customers, to down to half an hour of work. And you can still charge this to your customers. It is a no-brainer. Why would you not do this? This is what AI can do for you. So it's writing everything here. It's going to go through, like I said, it's going to take 5 or 10 minutes. And we are making this article quality better every single day. Every single day, every single week, we're making this article quality better. Within a few months, it's going to nail all these numbers perfectly for you. Within a few months, 90% of the time. There'll be some niches that'll get it slightly wrong. But 90% of the time, the AI will be able to nail all these important numbers for you out of the box. And it'll edit most of the stuff for you anyway. You should just give it a cursory edit afterwards. It brings your work down from 30 minutes to 30 seconds to skim it and just to see if it's any good. So that's what AI can do for you. So if you're wondering, how can AI really improve my SEO? That's how. It doesn't matter if you're an agency. It matters even more if you're an agency, quite frankly, because that is just business process analysis, right? That's just SOPs upon SOPs of cranking it out and billing per hour. You can still bill 10 hours and not tell your client it only took you half an hour. You can do that if you want. Or you can say, you know what? All the other agencies out there, or think of this, in-house SEOs, when you're interviewing yourself or talking to your boss on the carpet, they're like, how come it takes so long to get an SEO page out of you, huh? How come? We want to do 10 pages a day. Why does it take you? Why are you doing a page a day, right? Why does it take you 2 days to do a page as an in-house SEO? And you have to constantly justify that, right? As a writer or an in-house SEO, you have to constantly justify that. Trust me, I know. And anyone else working in the industry, you know this too, right? Well, what if you could do all that work and however, it only takes you half an hour? Who wouldn't want to go for that? You'd be pretty stupid, quite frankly, not to want to even try it for free for 2 weeks. So that's the promise of AI. That's what AI can do for you. You don't need to learn a lot of this SEO. It's going to do it all automatically for you. And it can do this much work that you can charge this much for, and in this much time. Spend the rest of your time however you like. Take up Magic the Gathering. Play a couple of Magic cards. Take up Solitaire. Play Solitaire. Talk up other people in the office. Build out other projects. Build out rank and rent sites. Diversify your income streams. Build out digital real estate that you can sell for $500, $1,000, $5,000 a pop. Now you've got the power of AI in your hand. It is the best tool. It is the most powerful tool that human beings have ever created for SEO in general, for humanity, and for SEO in particular. Get on the train now before everyone realizes, oh, he has an AI doing this for him. Get on the train now where you can still charge this much and they don't realize it only took you this long, right? Or change your whole payment structure. Be like, okay, I can do 10 pages for you a week. I can do 2 pages a day, easy. And that's only going to take you 2 hours a day, quite frankly. 2 pages would take you 2 hours a day. Spend the other 5 or 6 hours in a 7 or 8 hour day. Spend them however you like, right? You're going to be bored. You're going to want to do more. You're like, I'm too bored. I need to do more. Don't tell your CEO how easy it is, and don't tell your client how easy it is, but be like, we can do even more for the same amount. You're out-competing all of your competitors. You're out-competing all of the other agencies. You're out-competing all the other in-house SEOs or people in your company who are vying for your job, or people outside the company when you're interviewing for an in-house job. Imagine this. Imagine going to an in-house SEO job interview and being like, and they're like, yeah, how many pages? So how long does it take you to do an SEO page? And you're like, 30 minutes, no problem. They're like, what? They're going to think you're being flippant or something. Like, I'm not being flippant. You just have to know how to use the proper AI tools that build high quality content. Here, look at my pages that are all ranking. Look at this. I built this using my own AI systems. Or be a little cryptic as to how you built it. Don't Don't tell them, because you don't want them to be like, great, I'll use Keyword Spy and I don't need you anymore, right? You want to be the superhero who can do it. You're the wizard and no one else can figure it out, right? You want to be that person, right? So don't tell them, right? And be like, okay, I can do a page a day easy, no problem. And they're going to be like, whoa, what? High quality white hat methods. I can do a page a day, guaranteed to rank. And I can tell you where it'll rank as well. I'm so good at this, I can Babe Ruth it and tell you exactly where it's going to come in, right? Because with our tool, if you're using our tool, you can know this. If you're not, you don't. No other tool says for sure where you'll come in. We know this because statistically we see the stats behind the scenes. We know if it's an average difficulty of 15, you're going to come in at spot 16, which is page 2, all the way to page 4, spot 2 on page 4. 16 to 32 is where you're coming in. Probably somewhere in the 20s, probably. 24-ish, probably around there, is probably where you're coming. If you don't, you can tell the boss right away, we've got into emotion. We have a boat anchor on our site. You might have never been able to know that was the case before if you didn't use Keyword Spy and do that. It is a very powerful diagnostic tool, right? So these are very important things you can use, and that's what the beauty of AI can do for you. So let's see here if the article is done yet. It's still processing here. It's processing away. So it's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. It's going to find out everything that's going on. System could also be busy right now. Let me check to see if there's any questions. So Dan says, my online training subject matter has been around for decades. Tips about how you would find unique ideas. Dan, so I would use Keyword Spy. That's how you would build articles that you'd find unique ideas. So let me show you. So you go here to Keyword Spy. You go to Keyword Discovery. And you just start putting ideas in here. Like, first off, determine if you're a top-level expert in this niche. Like when you Google whatever it is, blue widgets expert, who is a blue widgets expert, and see who ranks for that. If you are in the top 10, then you're an expert in the niche. If you're not, then you're not. And hey, that could be important for reasons, who knows? And then, do you plan on using AI content? If you plan on following our guidelines, it's not AI content. You're within the human level quality of writing. You don't need, if you're going to follow our guidelines and be in the green for all our numbers, you don't need to select this. But if you're going to use any other AI writing tool, or if you're going to be too lazy to go in the green, then you need to select this to make it a little more difficult. And then you have to decide if you're already using a powerful site, a high domain. You decide what has a high domain authority, right? It's up to you. If you're like, Josh, I have a DA of 60, okay, you have a high domain authority. If you're like, Josh, I have a DA of 10, well, that's not a very high DA, so then you wouldn't select this, right? It's going to be slightly more difficult for you. And then you would just put in an idea, right? So if you want to give me some ideas, I can run it for you now of what that would be. I know there's a delay on the video. There could be up to a 20, 30-second delay on the video, or even a few minutes. So if you want me to run something for you to give you some seed keyword ideas, but you could just type in a seed keyword. It doesn't have to be an EMQ you want to rank for. You could just type in like New York neighborhoods, or you could just type in various stuff like that and see what it comes back with. And it will give you ideas, I guarantee to you never thought of. I guarantee to you it'll find you keywords you never thought of to rank for. And bonus, you will know how easy they are to rank for and how much money they will make for you. Furman says, when you send the article to a client, would you tell them not to tinker with it? Add subheadings, more keywords, etc.? Yes. You would tell them definitely not to tinker with it. So when you finally get the article perfect, you do not want them to tinker with it. You do not want them to edit it or change it in any way, shape, or form. That's really important because they can mess it up tremendously, right? You need to get just right in the Goldilocks zone. You need to be in the Goldilocks zone for every single little area that exists. You need to be in the Goldilocks zone. So no, you definitely do not want your clients messing with it after the fact. And when you start using DOM vector stuff, and start putting in the right HTML in there as well, some HTML tags demote tremendously. You would not believe. And some HTML tags boost tremendously. You would not believe. Join Underground SEO University if you want me to show you the proof of all the testing we've been doing lately with all the spam stuff Google's been doing. It is mind-blowing. I cannot believe how savage Google is getting with their over-optimization penalties. So when and of course, all this is going to be built into Keyword Spy secretly behind the scenes, not telling you anything. So I'm not giving away any secrets, but it'll have the benefit of it there. I'm not going to let anyone hurt themselves, right? If I can avoid it, right? I'll let you do your SEO you want to do. You want to learn proper SEO, join Underground SEO University. It'll be all built into the tool eventually anyway when the AI is building everything. But yes, to answer your question, Furman, you definitely do not want your client to be editing any of your page. It's definitely very, very important. Okay, Dan gave me online Learn Six Sigma training. Great. I remember that's your keyword from before. I remember that. So let's plug this in here and say get results. Boom. So now we're going to run a keyword report. We just upgraded the servers. I think, is staging on the new upgraded servers as well, Greg, or is it slower than app is currently right now?
No, the keyword discovery should work well. I think your article may have an issue because of test 3 didn't complete, I think. At least it looked like that from the video.
Yeah.
You may want to check that, but this should work fine. In fact, it's like 20 times faster now than it was like a week ago. So
okay, boom. It would have been done probably some time ago. And we'll click on it here. And it's checking the difficulty. While it's checking the difficulty, let me go here into another report. What else do we have here? How to advertise on Pinterest. That finished all the reports. Great. Okay. So now we're going to go to the editor here. And great. I was testing potential H1 tags with this. I'll generate the article for this, and you'll see social media guru. That's who I will be for the thing here, and that's what we'll do. Boom, boom. Okay, so we'll have that building. We'll see that building there. We'll go duplicate to here, and I will move this thing here. Then we'll close this, go back to keyword discovery, and go back to here. Okay. So this is checking the difficulty. So out of just one keyword for you, Dan, we found the AI analyzed this, did some ideation, did some complex thinking, and came up with 343 relevant keywords for you that we have very high keyword ROI. Look at the keyword ROI for some of these. These are up 10% this year. People bid $765 for them, 1,600 searches, really good traffic value, pretty decent trend value, and really good keyword ROI for these, which is fantastic, right? And we've got a lot of these here for you that I guarantee you've never thought of building pages out on. And you might be like, hey, Josh, a lot of these are really same. Six Sigma course online, Six Sigma classes online, Six Sigma certification online. Aren't these all the same page? The answer is no. No, these are not the same page, right? If you have Six Sigma certification, that's definitely a different page for sure that you would start a keyword report on. That's definitely a different page than the Six Sigma course online. This Six Sigma classes online and course online, here's a rule of thumb. If there is any way you can arguably finagle some different content or a different angle or a different aspect of whatever this is and write a different page, if you can do that in any way, shape, or form, this is a different EMQ, then this is a different EMQ. That's not the same thing. Course is not the same word as classes. Classes and course are not the same word. This is one course. This is many courses. You can write different pages about this. And quite frankly, if you want supporting pages and you want ranking pages, maybe you should. Maybe you should, right? So it's really important to know that there's a lot of different keywords in here that you can build different pages for. And if you're like, Josh, that's a little spammy, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that, then fine, don't. Then fine, don't, right? There's 341 other pages you can build. But the Six Sigma certification online, this is a different page, then this is a different page, then this is a different page. Maybe you're not ranking so well because you're trying to go for too many keywords on the single page. You have keyword cannibalization, right? You're trying to rank for all of these on the same page. You're trying to rank for 4 keywords on the same page when that should be 4 separate pages. And if you isolate it out, it's more powerful for each one. Maybe that's what you should have been doing, right? So that could be a reason why that is. All right, so it's checking the difficulty. It's going to check what we call the Josh 80. It's going to check a lot of these different difficulties here. But you can see a lot of them here, down here, Six Sigma Online, Six Sigma Black Belt course online. What the hell is that? Lean Certification Online, Learn Six Sigma Online, Six Sigma Training Online. These are all different pages, quite possibly. These are all different pages you could build. And you could see also which ones are hot this year. Free Lean Six Sigma Green Belt is up 562%. And people pay $1.45 for it. It's got medium Google Ads competition. That means it's pretty good in the sales funnel. That means people have their credit card very close to hand. They want to buy it. It's really hot. That means people want to buy it. They want to spend money on it, right? And it's got 50 searches a month. So that's nothing to sneeze at either. You can capture, a good 20 of those clicks, 30 of those clicks, and make those sales. It's got really good trend value. It's got a half decent keyword ROI, comparatively speaking, to everything else, right? So that's a really good idea. The ones that have the most money behind them, there's got $14 a click here for Six Sigma certification programs online. Certification programs might be different than certification. They might be the same, they might not be, right? So you can write pages about this. Also, we have ones that have the absolute most traffic is the ones that had the highest keyword ROI. So eventually this would finish. The system could be busy at the moment. It says the AI SEO Copilot is checking keyword difficulties for you on many vectors. Should be done in a few moments. We have more vectors of difficulty analysis, and we have better vectors of difficulty analysis than any other tool does. So I went on staging. It is our test server. That might have been a bad idea to do it on here. That could be the reason why this is slow. But anyway, so we're already done the first step. We've generated headings and subheadings are completed. Now we're building out the different sections. So it's building this different stuff out. So let me go here to the main server. So go to the editor. Now let's pick Best Lawyer Winnipeg. Let's try generating one here as well. Boom. Let's go high quality article. Let's go John Smith, expert in Winnipeg law. Let's do Winnipeg law expert of 30 years. Of course, you can't say any of this unless it's true, especially in a law niche, so be really careful about that. But then we will say, and do the H1 for me, say go. So it never fails. When you're doing an online demo, things slow down. Sometimes the system slows down a little bit. But at any rate, you can have the computer write it for you, but there's no reason why you can't write it yourself. Again, you can look at the brief, you can look at the information that it talked about before of what's important, and you can write this yourself. You don't have to rely on the AI if you don't want to. And there's a lot of people like that. There's some people who are kind of purists, and they're like, I don't want the AI writing it for me. One, it devalues me as a writer. I want to kind of write it myself, right? So it could be really important to do that for yourself, and you can do that. We have a full WYSIWYG editor. You can type in whatever it is you want. You can edit it. And also, let's say you're like, Josh, I don't want to use your SEO Copilot. It's going to do it all automatically for me and build all the tools, the stuff in, and do it faster and easier for me for some reason beyond my comprehension. Let's say you're like, I love ChatGPT. I love my plugin I've been using for the last 3 months. I want to use that. Okay, then use it. Then take the ChatGPT information and copy and paste it into the WYSIWYG editor. And then use our advanced and much more superior AI analysis of the actual keywords you want to be using, and we'll analyze that page you put in. You can put anything in. You could also paste in a competitor page and do a competitor audit on them and see how that looks. You can paste in one of your pages and click all the buttons and see how that looks. You can do audits on all those things. You can find out how all that stuff is working. So there's no reason you have to use our AI editor, our AI composer generating articles. You can. I would suggest you do. It's all baked in. It's all built in from the ground level. It's going to help you tremendously, but you don't have to. It's up to you. But so the tool is usable like this, right? The tool is usable. So let me show you how you would do that. So let me go here. Okay, so the difficulty for some of your keywords are starting to come in now. Dan, we'll just let that process in the back end here. Now, let's say you're like, okay, Let's go back here to free philosophy courses. So let's say I'm like, okay, I want to paste in one of the competitors here. Sure. So I'll just go do a search just for an example. Free philosophy courses, boom. You notice people also search free philosophy courses, Josh Brzezinski, although that could just be a personalized one for me, could be. Okay, so let's go here to the winner, open culture. Let's see what they have. Let's see what they have. Let's take this URL. They have a lot of ads is what they have. That's not good. Let's take the URL here. And it might not work because we're doing you can import because we're doing a thing. Let me choose a different one here that we're not doing. Let's do Installment Loans Canada instead. And again, I was testing. This is how you test H1s or potential H1s or titles. You put it in here and you run the content score. And you just see which one has the higher score. We could also build that in the system if you want to shop and compare H1s, but it's really not necessary. The AI will choose you kind of the best one out of the box. But let's say, okay, let's do that instead. Let's go here, let's do this. Installment, nope. Oh, Jesus. Installment Loans Canada. There we go. Let's choose Money Mart here. Grab this, go here, and go import. And then we put in the winner here, boom, Installment Loans Canada, import. Okay, so it's going to import your competitor article in here really fast. This could be a competitor. This could be your article you want to do an audit on. And then you just need to run these scores. Run this one. Run this one. Interesting. They're right in the Goldilocks zone, and they were the #1 result. I wonder if that's a coincidence. It's not. So it'll tell you how helpful this is as well. I'd be really surprised if this wasn't a helpful article. So, the heat score is only 50. Interesting. It's not as helpful as it could be. These guys could improve. It's got a 5 out of 10 for does the content provide original information. 4 out of 10 for does the content provide insightful analysis or interesting information. Another 4 out of 10 does the main heading or page title provide a descriptive, helpful summary. No, it's too salesy. Would you expect to see this content in a printed magazine, encyclopedia, or a book? It's too salesy, which is very, very interesting. So although, the heat score is not going to be as important in some niches, I would expect payday loans, which is what this niche is. Payday loans is going to be a highly spammy niche. We know this. Highly black hat niche, a highly spammy niche. But here's room to improve for him, which is great. And then finally, we're going to check the quality of the readability, the sentiment, the general percentage of predictability words that are being used, the average predictability length of words in a row, and the worst predictability. His words are about where they should be. They're around 2,000 words, which is where he should be approximately. And right now, you notice he is at 4.99. He is 0.89 above where he should be, but statistically, he's pretty close. So that is important. The most important one being the content score, being the average predictability. How many EMQs he's using is important as well. So how do I tell how many EMQs he's using? Okay, so I showed you these tabs in the editor. Let's look at the right-hand side. So the report is the important information here for the scores. Content is where you would see the entities that could be used, the helpful content update information you could just add, the product review information you could just add, images that you should be using that never finished for this particular report, because it's a very old report. This report's from months and months ago. I'm surprised it even worked. The entities here, you could see, first off, here is the EMQ. It's not being used at all. Installment Loans Canada, if we highlight the entities, there's no installment loans in Canada, but no Installment Loans Canada is in here, which is interesting. Interesting. And they're #1 in a very spammy niche. Interesting. Okay. Here's some apply for installment loans in Canada, get information on installment loans, some find installment loans, some other phrases which could be very important that to work in, either in this exact verbiage, or it doesn't have to be this exact verbiage. That's fine. Let's just look at the words, and let's look at the score here. So here's the higher score. And we can see the spread as well. We see he's missing some very important entities here. Financial, lending, Canadians, financing. He's missing surge. Some other important words here. Interest, quick, finds, study. So there's some other words here that he's missing. Now I just did a spray and pray. I didn't do a full score here. I just did a supporting page score. So the scores are only as good as the report you run. So that's why I really recommend you do at least ranking pages. You gotta do at least ranking pages here. This is gonna be good for 90% of tests. This is gonna be trustable. This one is only for support pages. You should not do ranking pages for this. This is gonna be way faster, but it's only for support pages. You don't care if they rank. You need to do ranking pages at least, or even very competitive niches if you can wait the extra 20 minutes or 10 minutes it will take to run this. It won't take that much longer to run this, quite frankly, but this is going to be faster. So let me just finish showing you what we have here. So you want to check the spread here as well. That's going to be important to make sure you're using all that. And the outline is going to show you the page H1 and you can add in the winning words here. You can use the query intent finder to generate an H1 tag and apply for installment loans in Canada, get information on installment loans or find installment loans in Canada. You can then generate subheadings for it as a writer if you want to generate your own subheadings and you want to write all of these. And these can be in H2s. You can select which one you want those to be. And you can add in all those H1s. You can add in the H2s if you want to write it yourself as well. You could do it that way if you want to do it that way. You could do it by AI. You can generate new. You could check to see the ones that are used by your competitors. If you want to copy your competitors, you could cycle through the competitors and see which ones you want to use there and see what they're doing. If you want to handcraft it yourself as well, you can handcraft it. So there's a lot of ways you can handcraft it. Here's your H1s. You can just add that in. Wherever the cursor is, it'll add it in. You can that's the query intent finder. That's the more BERT way of doing it. You could do the rank brain neural matching keywords as well. And you could say generate H1 tag, and it generates you an H1 tag. And then you can just press the add button to add it to the page wherever your cursor is as well. And so that's how you could construct a page kind of on your own. You would go here through the content, and you could say, I want to make sure I'm helpful. So I want to demonstrate the first-hand expertise and a depth of knowledge. After reading your content, will someone leave feeling they've learned enough? Yeah, we could add this stuff in, and I need to. Because as you remember, the heat score is quite low. It's lower than competitors. The heat score is quite low. This is quite spammy kind of content. So then I want to do, will someone reading your content leave feeling like they've had a satisfying experience? And does your content leave readers feeling like they need to search again for better information or sources? So I can say, okay, write those for me. And the AI Copilot will then give you your expertise, and you don't even need to have your own expertise, right? So while it's doing this, let me Alt Tab and go back to here, or here actually. So here is all the difficulty reports for Dan, and you can sort them by final ROI, which sorts them with the best keyword ROI and the best, the ones that'll make you the most money and are the easiest to rank for. That's how the final ROI sorts them. You can see they have the biggest bar there. They have the finest ROI, the final ROI, the final return on investment. And that's what you need. You need a return on investment. You want to make sure you have a return on investment because you don't want to waste your money building every page. That's where a lot of SEOs fail. They fail in not building. They would build pages that have the lowest keyword ROI. Like this is one of the worst Sigma online class or Six Sigma agency online registration. They would try building a page for this, which has the lowest money, the lowest searches, and has like the lowest keyword value. It's so, the keyword ROI on this is terrible, right? Instead, they might build for this by accident. Instead, you should be ranking for the keywords that have the best return on investment in terms of the easiest to rank for, and yet they have the most money and traffic behind them. So you should build 5 that are like this. The top 5 final ROI, I build 5 of those at a time. And then I would select the 5 easiest and build those 5 at a time. And build this one, this one, this one, this one. If these are relative to you. I don't know if they're relevant to you. I don't know, green belt free certification could be someone else's brand. I don't know what that means. But I don't know, maybe you could still write a page about it and then do a review and say how much you think, how good they are. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, can't give legal advice. Obviously, you don't want to do anything that's libel or slanderous, but you could do a page about this. I don't see why not. And they're really easy to rank for. Look, 15% average difficulty. Our Terminator SEO Copilot has found you the easiest one. It has a difficulty of 8. It has 257 traffic. It's only got 12 backlinks. It has a page rank of 0. 12 backlinks is giving it a page rank of 0. It's got spammy backlinks. It's got crap backlinks that are not being counted at all. And look at this. The site focus is not on this at all. The page focus is only 33%. Really, only a third of it is focused on the Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification for free. And the title is only 33% focused on this. And the EMQ is not in the page anywhere, not in the title anywhere, and not on the URL anywhere. In terms of the actual difficulty vectors that will make a page actually hard to beat, it has none of them. It's 8%. This is the low-hanging fruit. You can very easily Skype their information off of this. And even if it's slightly wrong, it doesn't matter. The average difficulty is generally what you go on, and the average difficulty here is very low. If you try to rank for Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification free, you can be pretty much guaranteed spot 16 to 20. You can be guaranteed page 2 with half an hour of work. Half an hour of work can guarantee you page 2 on this, Dan. I think it was Dan who asked this, I believe. Yeah. Half an hour of work, Dan. How does that sound to you? Okay, the article's done. Okay, great. Half an hour of work, and this is done as well, great. Half an hour of work can get you ranking on just a little bit under these guys. And then you do all the rest of your SEO. And if you don't know what to do, join Underground SEO University. Will tell you what to do. But your on page is done. Your on page is maximized, assuming you get in all the right numbers here that I'm going to show you how to get in a second. Assuming, it came out at 60. Perfect. It came out perfect where you want it. The heat score we'll see. Assuming you got all these numbers, basically this number and this number are perfect, and you're using the spread, then there you go. Boom. You're done. You're donezo. Right? Half an hour of work, and you can get page 2. Guaranteed. As long as your site is a healthy site. And if you don't get it, then you know right away, my site's not a healthy site. Because it's not the links. They only have 12 backlinks. Their page rank can't be that high. Can't be that good. Right? So that's really important. And they have a very small site as well. Those are internal and external backlinks. So also, if you want to jam in the content, see here, it actually demonstrated firsthand experience. Installment loans in Canada are a type of loan where the borrower receives a lump sum of money and repays it over time. These loans are available to both individuals and businesses, blah, blah, blah. Point form, excellent. I can just put my cursor where I want and say add, right? I can also just copy and paste all this if I want to do that. If I want to get it in my copy and paste buffer to make sure I save it before I close this. If I close this, I'll lose it. So make sure you copy and paste it. And this is the kind of content you need to have. And when you add it in, your heat score is going to go up for sure. So that's very important to add in automatically or rewrite it as well if you want to rewrite it. We also have the product review stuff, such as the pros and cons, which are important for any product or service. Any review is information. It doesn't just have to be, any review is being analyzed by that Google review AI. It is not just products. Don't get confused by that. And if you want to win the featured snippet, we have the featured snippet here for you automatically. You'd make that your first paragraph. Installment loans are a popular option for borrowing money in Canada. They allow borrowers to repay the loan amount over time with fixed monthly payments. Many lenders offer installment loans, and it's important to compare rates and terms before choosing one that suits your needs. We have you covered in so many different ways of boosting your page. You could use this, you could rewrite it. There's no reason, you don't have to go with the AI if you don't want to, but you can. And speaking of which, let's see how well the AI did. The AI got 74.92. Look at the heat score here. Look how helpful it is. It's a super helpful page. It wrote out of the box. And let's check to see the average predictability length. This will be a little bit higher, but it won't be that bad. It's best lawyer Winnipeg, Manitoba. Find the best defense lawyer in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Bad example. You're not allowed to say you're the best lawyer when you're doing lawyer SEO. And look, we're only 0.48 off of the mark, right? If I just go down here to the bottom of the page, We have 1,200 words, exactly where we want to be. Perfect. Crucial role, unveiling the secrets, discovering the finest lawyers, a little bit, very credential access reviews. Here's some different lawyers that might be good. Choose a perfect lawyer for you. If I just go down here and let's delete this. How about that? Just delete that. Now we're a little bit under. See if we're too under with the keywords. We're still in the range there. Now I'll get rid of this. See if that brought it down enough. It might not change it at all, actually. It's probably equal across. It brought it down a little bit. I just need to go 0.32 down. So let me take this and get rid of this. Get rid of this list. And let me take this information and I press the down scores button. This will bring all the scores down. I say replace it. Okay, now I rerun this. And you just have to finagle this a little bit. Now, in 2 or 3 months, you won't even have to do this. I'm going to improve this process in 2 or 3 months. Boom, there we go. I'm only 0.09 away from it. Close enough. Let's make sure I didn't get the words too far down. I'm a little low now. I'm a little low. So what I'm going to go in here is I can press the up scores button here. That'll bring us back up quite a bit. It'll write quite a large paragraph. Or I could manually stick in some keywords. I could do that as well. Or I can just press the scores button. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to take this part of it here. So you can read through and take as much or as little as you want. I'm going to close it. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to redo this. Boom. Now I'm back into the thing here. I'm going to press this again. See if this didn't go up too much. No, didn't go up at all. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Perfect number here. Perfect number here. That took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's it. That's it. You're done. You're done. You can go on to here to content, and we can highlight the entities and see how many times they're being used. Once in the H1. Perfect. And we can see here the words. We can see the score. We can see the spread. Look at how well the spread is. Missing 1 word here, 2 words, 2 here. Golden. Now we're missing a little bit of words here. Not a big deal. The spread is perfect. Nailed it. The high quality article nailed it in just 5 minutes. That was it. A compelling article, which is the high heat, that will convert. You could change this if you don't like it. If you're like, oh, this is a little sensational, I don't like it. We could copy paste this and you could just, when it comes to law, don't settle for less than the best. Again, terrible example because you're not allowed to say you're the best in law. Just go with me for, you could rewrite this. See, I'm a writer. I rewrote this and then I'll take this and I'll put this up here because I didn't like this. Boom, boom. Choosing the perfect lawyer for you. There we go. Dude, now it's actually a good article too. Now the H1s aren't too sensational. The H2s aren't too sensational. This is a heading 2. Heading 2 is what you want. We go to SEO here and see how many, they don't use the EMQ, great, but they do use H2s. They use 2 on average. Yeah, they have some H3s and 4s, but we don't necessarily need those per se. So great, we got H2s. We can just go with this. Now, you could do a little bit more SEO in this. You could, but this is good enough to go for. This is good enough to get page 2, and then you can tailor it and tweak it a little bit moving forward. And it took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That was it. How many of these do you think you could crank out a day? A lot. A lot. You know how much I could charge a lawyer for this? Again, ignoring that this is a bad example. You're not allowed to say you're a best lawyer. But imagine if I could. Do you know how much I could crank out a lawyer to do 1 page of SEO? At least $100, if not $500 per page in that range for a lawyer. So you'd have to have the lawyers read it, of course, to make sure they're cool with it, that it doesn't have any weird wording in here or whatnot, because it says at our firm this, blah, 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 blah. You definitely would want to change that. They need to change this, but that's fine. The AI is going to do weird stuff like that, but that's fine. Every AI writer has this problem right here. So, and we're going to try to make the perfect AI article writer. Within a few months, we're going to have beta versions of that. That's why you want to get in on the gravy train. Get in on the grandfather pricing for this. So I don't know. I think that's pretty darn impressive. And being able to do an article in just 5 minutes with just a little bit of editing. You got to edit it anyway. And this is right in the Goldilocks zone. It's a very helpful article. Not too repetitive words on average per sentence. Only 4 average words per sentence, which is fine. The number one spot has on average 4.01 to 2 is 4.1. So this is only 0.09 off of that, around where the competitors are. That's a really good number. I would go with this. You might want to get this down a little bit later, but it'll be perfectly fine. So for 5 minutes of work, you could charge up to $500. Not a bad work per day. This is what you need to do, guys. This is the important thing you need to do. Don't get left out. Don't get left behind, right? Other people are going to start adopting AI technologies and they start cranking out high quality pages for very little work and charging a lot of money to do it while you still can. Get in on the gravy train now while you still can. I showed you the system, how you could use it. The editor, it's not that hard to use, right? Get the money you can get, whether you're a writer, whether you're an in-house SEO, whether you're an agency, whether you do blogs, you do product sites, you do e-commerce, it will do all this for you. It'll do all this for you, and it'll make your job much, much easier at the end of the day. All right, so you can make a lot of money for a little amount of time. It's a no-brainer, guys. Try Keyword Spy for free for 2 weeks at trykeywordspy.com. No email, no credit card needed. Trykeywordspy.com. Get in on the grandfather pricing. I guarantee to you when I make the perfect article writer, the price is going to go up. I can guarantee you that. And also we're building audits in the system that do it automatically, even easier than copying and pasting it in there, which was pretty easy already. And we're going to tell you a whole bunch of other things that process doesn't do. So guys, AI is the future. How can AI crush any kind of SEO? By using a super smart next generation AI like this. Not by using ChatGPT, not by using free tools. That's going to destroy your SEO. And Google knows it. They made a spam algorithm to catch that behavior specifically. But if you hit the right numbers, that we have statistical proof to prove those are the right numbers, then you're going to have your SEO soar and you could charge way more for it and it'll take you way less time. It is completely worth the mere $144 a month it is now for the grandfather price. Email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com to get the grandfather price. Or email hello@trykeywordspy.com to get Greg there as well. Let me just check to make sure there's no other questions before we sign off here. The Furman says, if you have a YouTube video, for example, and they want to embed it, would the tool give recommendations? That's an interesting question, Furman. So the short answer is no. We don't have any specific thing. YouTube embeds. It's kind of like a really off in the reads kind of thing. But we do have knowledge on that, very important knowledge of that in Underground SEO University. I would recommend joining Underground SEO University and learning what we know there. Dan says, fantastic, thanks. No problem, Dan. Furman says, if the terms are so similar, would you interlink the pages? Like read more about Six Sigma here? We have a very specific way of doing internal linking as well that our AI SEO Copilot will build automatically for you in maybe 5 or 6 months. Join Underground SEO University to learn our specific way of how we do internal linking. It's quite important for your rankings. And we discovered some very eyebrow-raising things there as well. Neil says, cool. Awesome, Neil. Hi, how you doing? Glad you're back. Neil's a longtime watcher of the show. And Back to Your Roots Herbs, who is also a longtime watcher, says, I can't wait until Keyword Spy can help you with interlinking. You can build topical clusters and support pages out of it now. You can build the pages. You can interlink them however you see fit. Join Underground SEO University to learn the correct way of doing this interlinking. It could make or break your game for sure. But later on, you'd have to wait a good 6 months before we can build that into the SEO Copilot for you. All right, guys. I just said the word, SEO Copilot. It is going to do a lot of the work for you. It is going to make your life so much easier. We are well ahead in this horse race of building it compared to everybody else. Get in on the system now. Get the grandfather price now before it becomes out of your price range. The AI rocket ship is leaving for SEO. You need to get on that rocket ship before you're living in the apocalypse of SEO. Because SEO without AI is definitely dead. SEO without AI is done. Done like dinner. You can't do the job without an SEO Copilot to help you with it. Get our SEO Copilot. It is by far the best one. and get the grandfathered price now before the rocket ship leaves and gets out of your price range. Because it will be priced for agency level and in-house level when we price it. So get in on the grandfathered price now. You have to put up with the occasional little bug here or there, which really have been like 95% reduced. It's really quite reduced. And we'll be changing the UIs and doing things and building stuff out as we build out new features. You can even help us. You can help us build it. You could say, hey, I want this, I want that. And we could take your suggestions into account and we can build it in certain ways if you are an existing Keyword Spy user. You helping us, mi casa, su casa. Whatever that means. My house, your house, I guess. You help us out. We scratch your back, you scratch ours. But again, guys, SEO without AI is dead. You need to get on the SEO gravy train, and this is the SEO rocket ship you want to be on. I guarantee you. We can guarantee you rankings. There's nothing else to say. You could charge us much with this little work with guaranteed rankings. There's nothing else to say. No one else can do that. No one else even comes close. It's not even the dream of anybody else to suggest that because they would be too scared to suggest it because they have no idea what they're doing. But we've reverse engineered all of that in SEO University. So we do know what we're doing and we know we can guarantee it because we see all the stats of Keyword Spy in the back end. And we have done single variable testing to know what the ranking factors are in underground SEO University. You marry the two and you get guaranteed rankings. No other system can do that. Get in on the ground floor now. Try keywordspy.com. Try for free for 2 weeks. All right. I'd like to thank everyone for listening and watching. I'd like to thank Greg for taking time out of his busy, relaxing schedule at expensive restaurants and drinking beautiful beers. Greg, do you have any final comments if you're not too deep in the beers by now?
Yeah, thanks for the rundown on Editor. I think that was a great job. And thanks for everyone listening today.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg.
Soon.
I hope
See you guys soon.
I hope your lunch and the beers were good. It's making me hungry. Speaking of lunch, it's my lunchtime now. I'm going to go get it. So, guys, if you have any SEO questions at all, just email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer them. If you're having trouble with SEO, I can give you a 5-minute answer, that's for sure, in private and email. There's less I can say publicly on the show because our SEO knowledge is worth money. Right? We make money with SEO, our SEO knowledge, so it's worth money, so we got to keep it a little private. But trust me, you want that to be the case because when you join Underground SEO University and you become a member of Keyword Spy, you want that competitive advantage, right? You want the competitive advantage. So that's a plus, not a minus. So email me if you have any SEO questions, joshbachynski@gmail.com. And for everybody here at Keyword Spy and SEO University, we wish you adieu. From Le Writer, we wish you adieu, mon ami. I don't even have to say good luck in the SERPs. Using SEO University and using Keyword Spy, you will dominate in the SERPs.